I wanted to show you what a typical flight for me looks like.
Well, that was my intention anyway, but the day turned out to be quite different. What started off as a video of a typical day ended up being anything but. And this is how it started.
No way! There's another paramotor in the sky over there. Sweet! Let's see who that is. Let's go see if we can catch him. I don't know who that is.
So I quickly grabbed my wing, laid it out, and came back to prepare my motor.
Wow, that is so weird. I've never seen another person flying a paramotor over my field that I didn't know. So I'm gonna go try to catch up with that guy. I've got the speed gear, I've got the speed bar on the rack. So I'm hoping I can catch up to him. We'll see. All right, let me turn you off and turn you into a chase cam real quick.
In my hurriedness to try to get the paramotor on my back, I had wedged the pull start against my shoulder and I couldn't grab it in order to start the engine. Fortunately, a neighbor of mine was coming down the field at the right time.
Yeah. Thank you so much. What? Yeah.
And I had also forgotten to zip the pocket underneath my harness, which I keep my stuff bag in. Yeah. That stuff bag, the green one that's dangling with my speed bar, the one that's about to hit my prop. And that is how you ruin a stuff bag. I immediately knew what had happened, so I looped back around and I asked him if he wouldn't mind putting the bag on the truck, which he graciously did. Thank you, Mr. Neighbor.
Can you set it by my truck? Thank you.
Once I was in the air, I had noticed that I had forgotten to hook up the speed bar, which is why it was dangling. A note here, this is also why it's very important to do a good pre-flight check, something that I had failed to do on this day. But after hooking up the speed bar, I was back to showing you a normal day. Or so I thought.
Oh, sorry about that. People, I know that sound is annoying, that propeller sound. Okay, so earlier I saw another paramotorist over here, which is very, very rare for me because I don't know anybody else except for Ben who flies around here. And that guy who was flying was not Ben. Totally different wing. And Ben would have swung by and waved. So, trying to find out who that guy was. He's probably from the school up north, because there's a school north of Dallas here. But that's the first time I've ever seen anybody who I'm not friends with go by my little LZ there. So that's kind of cool. I don't see the other paramotor, but what I do see in front of me is a hot air balloon. So maybe there's something going on over here in this little tiny town in front of me. I am going to get on speed bar again though, because I kind of want to catch this guy. Yeah, I really got to lengthen these things about another 6 inches or so. And what I also need is a Velcro strap. There's no way to strap this up, and what had happened with losing the green bag is there's a pocket underneath my seat, and I was thinking about putting it in there, and then I forgot to zip it up. So, oh well. Anything that was in there is not in there anymore, that's for sure.
Now, seeing a hot air balloon in my area is very
That is
unique
very
indeed
cool.
and quite atypical. This was turning into something that was definitely not a typical day.
Yeah, how cool is that? Wow, that's awesome. All right, so we got to see a hot air balloon. I had never flown around one before. That was kind of cool. I don't know what the hot air balloon etiquette is either, so maybe just, flying around once and then just saying hi. Don't want to bother them too much. I know they can't exactly steer like I can. So I wanted to show you a typical flight. That's not a typical flight. I've never seen another paramotor fly by my place, and B, never seen a hot air balloon out here. So much for the typical flight. But you did kind of get to see the area. This right here, I'm not sure what the name of this lake is, but the town is Elmo, so maybe the lake is Lake Elmo, I don't know. This is, if you're wondering, this is where Elmo comes from. It's populated full of little smiley red monsters. Today's wind is kind of finicky. It doesn't know if it wants to be windy or calm, so it's right in the middle. Sometimes it's calm, sometimes it's windy. Not a big fan of finicky day winds. Kind of like it one way or the other. Oh, this is cool. There's a train coming. So it's another first. I've actually never seen a train come this way either. Oh, it's a passenger train. I didn't even know passenger trains came through here. People traveling to or from family, I guess. Wow, what a beautiful field this is, huh? Oh, it's sketchy wind down here. We'll play around anyway, see what happens. There's a big bull down there. Oh, and he just pooped. So we can definitely call that bull. Wow, this was anything but a typical flight for me. This was exactly opposite of the typical flight. Hey, cows. Hope to see you at McDonald's someday. Maybe we'll go by the gas station today. See who's there. The famous gas station where Patrick ran out of gas. I mean, if you're going to run out of gas, the gas station's a place to run out of gas at, that's for sure. There's a cool LZ actually by the gas station. I'll show it to you. Let me get over this interstate first, though. I wonder what that red thing is. You know what's cool about flying is you tend to see a lot of things on the ground and you're like, wonder what that is. And then you find things that somebody probably lost a long time ago. Like that red thing right there. Like, some guy is like, man, where is my red bucket that I lost back in 2004? And I found it. There it is, the long lost red bucket. All right, let's go see who's at the gas station. All right, well, here's the gas station. There's the LZ right behind it. So good landing zone right here. If you ever need gas, you can just land right here. Go to the pump. Kind of handy. This place here, I think, shut down, but what it was a Halloween scare place. I don't know what you call those things, but where you go to get scared, like a haunted mansion and a bunch of other things. You can see the creepy, well, I'll get a little lower so you can see creepy clown. There's a hearse right there. I don't know if you can see that creepy clown right there, but yeah, this whole place was pretty happening, and then they went out of business like a lot of companies did. Wow. Very interesting. There's a gargoyle on top. Yeah. Interesting place. But yeah, unfortunately it went out of business this year. I never went there, so I couldn't tell you if it was any good or not. But yeah, I guess nobody's going there now. Need to check to see how much gas I have left. A little more than a half a tank. Bunch of new houses going in over here. I think I'm going to come down for a minute at my LZ. Wait for the winds to calm down a bit, and then I'll kind of show you my field. This is the field that I usually foot drag around in. And sometimes I'll spend hours just going up and down and through here. There's a couple lakes, plenty of area right there. So, and then on the other side of these two lakes, another couple miles down, is giant lake. Well, it's not a giant lake. It's just a giant lake. I don't know why I said giant twice. The emphasis on giant is in the word giant, so there's really no need to say giant. So that was a pretty atypical flight, but it was fun. It was kind of new, interesting.
Okay. Chilly and windy. Okay, so that was probably the most atypical flight I've ever had. How is that possible that I go off to show a typical flight and it ends up being some weird crazy thing? That was bizarre. That was nice of him to pick that up for me.
And the day would end just as atypical as it started. The next day would be just as unusual. My son had come to visit, and instead of flying, we spent the day just spending time with each other and kiting wings. Even though I start and stop each day from this same field, no day is typical. Each day is unique, and that's what makes each day worth living. If you've enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing to the channel, clicking the like button, and if you have any comments, I'd love to hear from you. Thanks again for watching this video.